Hi there, it's Alive and Active here, seeking truth biblically. If you like any of this material, please like, subscribe, or follow. Today we're looking at how to share Jesus, the simplest way of sharing Jesus. And I'm sure you all sort of think, well, it's not for me to share Jesus because that's for the evangelist. That's for that crazy person at front who always got his hands risen up in the air and screaming hallelujah. And because I'm not an evangelist, it's not my job. Well, I just want to tell you today that there is the simplest way. I don't know if you've ever shared Jesus before, but if you have, you feel so encouraged at the end of it. You know, you just think, oh, I wish I could do that all the time. It's just so encouraging. It's almost as if God intended for us to share Jesus regularly, that was built inside our DNA, that we share God, we share Jesus, because it really resonates so deeply within us and we're so deeply encouraged by doing it. So let me tell you the simplest way. And you don't need to be a Bible scholar, you don't need to have a degree in theology, you don't need to memorize 25 verses of the Bible that you just at the click of the finger you can give it out. You don't have to be a great debater, you don't have to be part of the debating team or whatever, or a great arguer, or you don't need to be somebody like, I've got to win this argument, at all costs, You don't need any of them. The easiest way, there's the simplest way of sharing Jesus, which I believe is like super effective. Let me share with you what happened to me just the other day. I'm a squash coach and I was there waiting to coach somebody. And as I was waiting, I was throwing a ball with this very young girl, Asian girl, and we were just playing catch together as I was waiting. And it was at the end of that time, she just sort of looked at my neck. And as she looked at my neck, she said, what is that? And so she was pointing at my cross. So I said, oh, that's my cross. And then she said something which really caught me by surprise. She said, what does that mean? And I said, well, it means that Jesus died on the cross. And I wish I'd said a bit more, but I was really taken back by her deep question of what does it mean to, what does the cross mean? And that only just happened the other day. And then I looked at her mum, who was intently looking at me in this exchange. And I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what she believes. And she might not be happy that I'm telling her about the cross. And so I had these sort of encounters, daily, loads of times, but not always like that. And this is what I'm trying to get across, is that just by wearing the cross, it actually speaks to so many people. You might not get a direct question, but how many other people see the cross and think Jesus? How many other people see the cross and think Christianity? How many other people see the cross and think whatever? Who knows what they're thinking, But the cross speaks so loudly and so clearly because it's the most recognizable symbol in the whole wide world. And Jesus is the best known and most profound person that's ever lived. And everybody has an idea about Jesus. Everyone has a take on Jesus. So that's what I want to leave with you today. This weekend, I hope you have a really great weekend. I'm Alive and Active. Please subscribe or follow. That's really helpful for us there. And have a great time.